Hey y'all, it's your girl Yeju, and I'm here in Seoul, Korea. So y'all have been requesting a review of Squid Game, which I have also watched and stayed up all night for. So I will introduce the Korean culture aspects of Squid Game to you culturally ignorant. Let's go.
선생님, 딱지치기 해보셨죠? 선공을 양보하겠습니다. 그럼 몸으로 때우시면 됩니다.
몸으로요?
So I heard that many of you think of the red and blue medicines from the movie Matrix a lot in the red and blue origami slap game, but in fact you are wrong. This setting actually derives from a traditional Korean ghost story called the story of red tissue and blue tissue. According to the story told by our grandmothers when we were very young, the bathroom ghost would ask, do you want a red tissue or do you want a blue tissue? If you choose the red tissue, you will bleed red, and if you choose the blue tissue, you will be strangled blue. I remember not being able to go to the bathroom for a few days after hearing this up story. It's way more hopeless than the red and blue drugs on the Matrix because you die no matter what you choose. As for the Lee Jung-jae choosing the blue ticket scene, there was speculation among you guys that choosing a red ticket would have made the participant a manager instead of a participant. But the director clarified in the commentary video that this was actually not intended, so we can safely conclude that you guys have overanalyzed the film. Second, one of the main reasons why Squid Game is a shocking work for Koreans too is that actor Lee Jung-jae, who played the main character Song Gi-hoon in this work, made a huge transformation in this film. Actor Lee Jung-jae is actually one of Korea's leading middle-aged actors, and so far the roles he had played most of the time were rather serious roles such as police, king, murder contractor, underworld king, and general in many films. But in this work especially, he showed a bold and scandalous performance by licking dalgona and begging on his knees. As for Gong-yu, the guy who slapped Lee Jung-jae, also starred in many famous films such as Train to Busan and Goblin, which you guys probably heard of, and Lee Byung-hun, the frontman, starred in films such as Inside Man and G.I. Joe and Mr. Sunshine, one of my favorite films. So I actually recommend you to watch the above works if you want to find more about their charms. The next scene is 무궁화 꽃이 피었습니다, or red light, green light if you want to be boring. So this is actually a very popular game played among small children in South Korea, and I remember playing it myself when I was in kindergarten. But however, the scene is a little disappointing in its English translation. So in the English dubbing version, when the tagger shouts red light, the participants stop, and when the tagger shouts green light, they are directed to move again. However, in the actual game, participants are only allowed to move from the moment the tagger sings 무궁화 to the end of 다. And as you saw in the video, it's a game that becomes more fun and more evil to pressure the participants as the speed becomes faster and faster. And you guys might be wondering why the participants were so shocked when they saw Young-hee as the tagger. So according to the director, they used Young-hee's character as a motive among Chol-soo and Young-hee, who are the two most representative figures in the 1980s of Korea, who appeared a lot in Korean textbooks. So it's kind of like the name Jennifer and Michael in the 80s. With that being said, having Young-hee as a murder robot makes it even more creepy because Koreans know Young-hee to be a friendly figure. So in the film, Kyun comes to the claw machine room to buy a birthday present for his daughter. With the popularity of the claw machine in Korea over the past 5 years, you can more or less find one per block in downtown areas such as Hongdae, Gangnam, and Konkuk University. Those who have tried it will know, but it's much harder to pick than it looks. This cookie, made by dissolving sugar in an appropriate ratio with soda, is called dalgona. And as far as I know, this cookie is so common in the world that it is hard to find places without them. And they are called various names such as honeycomb, honey pokey, and sponge toffee. But Korea is the only country that incorporates it into a game.
자, 잠깐만요. 홀.
뭐라고 했지? 방금 뭐라고 했냐고?
저기요. 예?
내 거 다 걸 테니까 자네 것도 다 걸어.
그게 무슨 말씀이세요?
자네가 가진 전부랑 내가 가진 전부를 걸고 하는 거야. 그게 공평하잖아.
그 구슬 하나랑 이걸 다 걸으라고요? 그런 억지가 어디 있어요? 말이 안 되는 거잖아.
그럼 자네가 날 속이고 내 굿을 가져간 건 말이 되고?
If I had to pick the saddest scene in Squid Game, it would be the scene where the main character Ki-hoon goes on to the next stage with his marbles by tricking the poor old man whom he had teamed up with in previous games together. Like, what the fuck? There are various ways of playing marble, including throwing them into holes, sliding them close to walls, or simply by throwing. According to our parents' generation, marbles were more or less the easiest toys to get around this period of time. The term ganbu, as promised between the old man and Lee Jung-jae, refers to a friend, which means, for instance, the same side when playing the slap match or marble. And this is a vocabulary that was really used a lot in the 1980s of Korea. The word ganbu also appears in Korea's representative entertainment show Infinite Challenge, a very popular TV show that I recommend you guys watch. There is also a chicken restaurant called Ganbu Chicken in Korea, and I recommend that you guys try it. It's so good.
너 뭐 하는 거야? 이유가 있는 사람이 나가는 게 맞잖아. 그게 맞잖아. 너는 꼭 살아서 나가. 그래서 엄마도 만나고 동생도 찾고 제주도에 두고 가. 강세병! 고마워. 나랑 같이 해줘서.
Now let's take a look at a few things in the conversation between Don and Jiyoung. Here, an island called Jeju Island appears, the largest and southern island in Korea with 3 sides and the most popular domestic destination for honeymoon and school trips in Korea. Although it is within Korea, it does still have an exotic landscape, so you can think of it as the Hawaii or Ibiza of Korea. As for the line, let's go to the Maldives to have a drink of mojito.
난 저기 모히또 가가지고 몰디브나 한잔 하려니까.
This pays homage to a famous line from Inside Men, starred by the sexy actor Lee Byung-hun. So today I enlightened y'all with some Korean culture from the Squid Game, and now y'all are basically Korean. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button, and please comment down below which videos or movies you want us to review next. Work, peasants! Red light.